Right now on WLWT, our hot October is about over. I'm tracking tomorrow's front and the impact from rain and thunderstorms.
Plus, 2 more people arrested in a violent attack near UC's campus. Prosecutors say this was all over a takeout order. What to expect as those suspects head to court.
And a potential plan for peace in Gaza. What we know about the negotiations happening right now over a ceasefire crafted by the U.S.
This is WLWT News 5 today, leading the way.
We could see a few showers for the first time in a while. Good morning. I'm Megan Mitchell.
And I'm Stephen Albritton with Kelly Rippon. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. The bigger rain threat is still to come tomorrow.
Yes, and we do need the rain. Meteorologist Randy Rico timing out those changes because there's also something else that comes with that, Randy.
We've got rain, we've got thunderstorms, and the real fall chill all coming at us this week. So take a look here. The major cold front right now slicing the U.S. in half, and this will be headed our way for tomorrow. Back behind it, that cool fall feel a lot of us have been looking forward to. Right now, if you look down toward Nashville, you can see a couple of showers. There are some clouds, some muggier air drifting our way out ahead of that front. So for today, plan on increasing clouds first thing, a muggier feel by the afternoon, and maybe a passing shower or two. We could see a sprinkle as early as 9 o'clock or so this morning. Probably a little better chance of seeing a little bit of rain in the early afternoon, but by tomorrow, everybody is going to get hit with showers and some thunderstorms. So right now, 67 degrees already in Cincinnati. A quick warm up here this morning. Still some 50s across our northern and northeasternmost communities. 56 right now over in Highland County. So as we go through the day, well, we're tracking that cold front that'll impact us more so tomorrow. Scattered rain and storms, half an inch to an inch or more of rainfall. I have the full timeline here for that coming up. Katie, what's going on the roads this morning?
Yeah, so we've got a broken down vehicle here. It's going to have the ramp blocked 75 at 74. Drivers having to merge left to get around that. We do have police blocking at least part of the ramp here for that broken down vehicle. We also have a minor crash here, Harrison and Kenker Place. Minor slowdowns with that along that intersection, but most of us here looking pretty good if you're driving on the west side. 275 loop clear of any other issues or slowdowns, and the wider view again looking decent this morning. So your travel times from 275 to downtown on 471 north at about 5 minutes right now, 20 minutes from Taylorsville to downtown on 75 southbound, and then Blue Rock to 75 in the Reagan eastbound about 8 minutes. Megan?
All right, Katie, thank you. 2 more people wanted after an attack just blocks away from the University of Cincinnati's campus are in custody this morning. They are set to make their first court appearance. Prosecutors say they beat up a man over his takeout order, and WLWT News 5's Danielle Dindak live for us at the Hamilton County Justice Center this morning. And Danielle, they face some serious charges.
Those charges include aggravated riot and assault. Both will appear today after they were picked up just this past weekend. But the attack actually took place last month. Both 20-year-old Austin Smith and 18-year-old Joshua Ann Steenat are expected to be arraigned today. But the hearing could be brief because they were already indicted. A judge ordered them both to be held under a $10,000 bond. 4 others already charged in this case are all facing similar charges. Court records say the attack happened on September 13th on Short Vine. Prosecutors say during the hearing on Friday, there may be as many as 8 people involved. The victim told police that a group asked him for his food after he picked up takeout and then beat him up when he kept walking.
As a result of this, he suffered a broken jaw, black eye, concussion, and other various injuries. The person that was with that victim actually dove in and covered him to further protect him at that point while this continued.
Now, that person who actually dove in to try to protect him also got minor injuries, but is expected to be okay. Prosecutors did go on to say that there is video of this attack, but WLWT is still working to get their hands on it. Reporting live, Danielle Dindak, WLWT News 5.
Danielle, thanks so much. The trial for a man charged with murder after a shooting last year will begin today. Police say Jonah Hundley shot and killed a man on Hawaiian Terrace back in June of last year. The victim, 33-year-old Ronald Steele, died from his injuries. A second victim was also shot but survived. Hundley's attorney claims he was acting in self-defense. Prosecutors say this isn't Hundley's first run-in with law enforcement. The trial is expected to start at 10 a.m.
And there are few signs of progress as the government shutdown now enters day 6. The Senate is expected to reconvene today. It comes as thousands of federal employees are working without pay and food banks are preparing for an increased demand from furloughed workers. As the Trump administration threatens layoffs if the shutdown continues, Senate Democrats continue to assert they need a firm commitment from Republicans to extend those health care subsidies that are due to expire at the end of the year. But Republicans insist that they will only negotiate on this issue after the government opens. Now, on Friday, House Speaker Mike Johnson canceled all House votes this week after 2 funding bills failed for a 4th time in the Senate. Johnson says his chamber will not return until the Senate takes action.
It is 6:05 on this Monday morning, and right now, Israel and Hamas are holding indirect negotiations for a ceasefire that is happening in Egypt. Now, tomorrow marks 2 years since the Hamas attack that started this war. This peace plan being considered was developed by the U.S. Hamas would release the remaining 48 hostages, about 20 of them believed to be alive still, within 3 days. Hamas would give up power and disarm. In turn, Israeli troops would withdraw to an agreed upon line, with Israel also providing aid. Now, Israel would also release its Palestinian prisoners. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says 90% of the negotiations are done, but the remaining 10% is going to be tough, and that will be getting Hamas to agree to Israel's withdrawal line in Gaza.
What happens after Israel pulls back to the yellow line and potentially beyond that as this thing develops? How do you create this Palestinian technocratic leadership that's not Hamas? That's critical, because without that, you're not going to have lasting peace. You may get the hostages back, you may get a cessation of hostilities, but in the long term, it's going to happen all over again.
Now, both sides face growing international pressure to end this conflict. A UN inquiry says Israel is committing genocide in Gaza, and also Israel facing backlash over its recent attempt to assassinate a Hamas ceasefire delegation in Qatar. Now, U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff is expected to join those talks, and Israel's prime minister says a hostage release could come this week. Gaza's health ministry says more than 67,000 Palestinians have died in that war, and the number does not distinguish between civilians and militants.